Next on Hunter.
Police, drop the gun!
Boys in there, Danny Sanderson.
Consider him a witness as well as maybe a target.
It's too close to call. She's in a coma.
That boy goes to bed last night in his own house, and a few hours later, he's a heartbeat away from becoming an orphan.
Danny is not truly going to be free until we catch the killer. We're wasting an awful lot of time here.
You must have seen him. What did he look like?
He was big. Or it was dark. I couldn't see his face. Are you happy?
Can I borrow a quarter?
The guy calls twice during dinner. Give it a rest.
I want to know the instant she goes into labor.
You will, Jimmy. She's going to be fine. Having babies is just a natural...
Rhythm of life.
Exactly. Don't you know that there are still places in the world where women have babies and then right after that they go out and herd cattle and stuff?
Because they're prepared. They don't use drugs. They're in tune with all the elements of the birthing process. That's why we're having our baby underwater.
What?
You do know underwater is considered the method of choice.
So where are you going to have it? The jacuzzi?
Oh, in a natal immersion tank with sterile, warm saline solution like amniotic fluid. Less stress on the child, mom, and dad. When the time comes, all I need is these.
1 Adam 43 and all units in the vicinity of 847 Monty Mar.
I'll meet you there.
Unknown trouble, possible shots fired. Your call is code 2. PR standing by across the street.
This is 1 William 56. Show me assisting Adam 43 in the possible shots fired.
10-4.
Adam 11, I'm in the residence on the west side of the Sanderson house. What's here?
We heard screams, and 3 or 4 minutes later, a loud bang.
Did you see anybody come in or out of the front of the house? No cars? Okay. Thanks very much, folks. If you go back to your homes, I'll have the police officer join you later for a statement. Thanks a lot. Vince, I'm going up the side of the house. Be ready with the shotgun. this your mother? Why don't you hold under her hand for me? I don't want you to move her. McCall, get an ambulance. Have Costello bring a blanket, and quick. Yeah, what is your name?
Danny Sanderson.
Whose gun is it?
My dad's.
Where'd you get it?
From the study.
Where's the study?
It's right there.
Check upstairs. Okay, let's keep him warm, Danny. Come on.
The kid took a shot at the killer.
Is it in there, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's in here. Digging it out.
Good, thanks.
Henry, when you finish with the telephone, get in here. Dust this desk lamp. The suspect may have moved it.
I'll be through here in about 5.
Boys in there watching television? I don't think he's seen much. Before that, he just sat and stared at the walls. He's hardly spoken at all.
How you doing, Charlie? Okay, the deceased's name is Richard Sanderson, shot point blank in the heart with a small caliber handgun, looks to be a .22.
What about the wife?
Found her over here, shot in the back of the head.
Both houses have done.
Looks like with the same murder weapon. We haven't found it.
You can bet none of the neighbors heard that 22 go off.
No, but witnesses say they heard a scream and the boy's 38.
The boys in there, Danny Sanderson, the only child.
I found Danny standing here over his mother with the 38 that he says he found in his father's office.
On the blood, it looks like the intruder was hit. There's a blood trail in the foyer hall, out in the backyard, on the patio. My guess is that was a through and through. Slug went out that window. I'll give you a blood type in the morning.
Good, thanks, Jim.
Okay.
I think our killer was interrupted before he completed his search.
Johnny, here's what I need you to do. Go outside, look for that 38. If it's not out there, it's probably down at Van Nuys Boulevard somewhere.
Okay,
Thanks.
guys,
Now,
we're
the
looking for a
office.
38 slug.
Whoever tore it up is looking for something very specific.
Hi, McCall. Devane's.
Oh, don't look at me like that, Dick.
You're Sergeant Hunter, right?
And you're Lieutenant Curry. Hi, how are you?
My captain called me to handle this directly.
Good. I think Danny's going to need immediate protective custody. I think we should probably consider him a witness as well as maybe a target.
Hi, Danny. How you doing? I'm Lieutenant Curry. Call me Liana. I'm a psychologist with the juvenile division. I know something terrible happened here tonight. I'm going to help you.
My dad's dead. My mom's hurt.
I'm sorry. I'll check with the hospital and make sure she gets the best care possible. Now, I'd like to take you someplace to spend the night.
I have my own room.
Well, I'm going to take you to a place where you'll be safe.
Listen, we're going to need to interview him as soon as possible.
Yeah, check with me in the morning. Why don't we go upstairs and pack up some things that you like?
The bullet didn't damage any critical areas of Kathy's brain. There's a subdural hematoma causing a severe amount of swelling, and she's experiencing periodic seizures.
Is she going to live?
It's too close to call. I'll let you know if her condition changes.
Thank you. Does Danny know?
Not the specifics, just that his mother's condition is serious.
I feel so sorry for him. Maybe I should take him back to Denver with me.
Well, I don't think that the juvenile court will release a child to an out-of-state guardian without a hearing first. Besides, he might need some protection. You see, the assailant might think that Danny could identify him. You know, Claire, you might be able to help us out here. Do you know of anybody who might want to harm them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did they have a happy marriage?
I don't know. I guess Danny was a strain.
How was that?
Kathy and Richard were older. Danny was a surprise child. Perhaps they never expected they'd be parents. Danny is a reticent boy, shy, very sweet. A little socially behind the others his age. 2 years now, they've shipped him off to me for the summer. They thought the travel would get him started. Of course. I'll take him if Kath... I'm sorry.
What a world, huh? That boy goes to bed last night in his own house with his own family. His biggest problem is probably a book report he's got due today, and a few hours later, he's a heartbeat away from becoming an orphan.
So what are you doing about it?
Well, the suspect entered through the double doors, shot both victims with a .22 caliber handgun. That's all we got.
I sent 2 morning watch cars out to check the neighborhood for the gun.
And if our suspect got shot in the upper body with a .38, he's gonna need a doctor fast.
You know, something's bothering me. If the killer didn't take any money or jewelry, what was he looking for?
By the way the place was tossed around, I would say he was looking for something quite specific, perhaps paperwork of some sort.
Maybe it had something to do with business. Sanderson was a founder in a big accounting firm. You know, handled actors, sports stars, corporate leaders, that kind of thing.
Well, that's a start. Check it out.
Okay. All right, what do you say I go down to the shelter and see if Danny can be interviewed? And you want to take a drive to Century City?
Why don't you take the drive and I'll go see Danny. Thanks. Lieutenant, how you doing?
Fine, how are you? Your timing's good. Danny and I were about ready to take a break.
Terrific. How you doing, Danny?
Okay.
What do you got, Tyrannosaurus Rex?
No, it's a Stegosaurus.
Well, I think that the tail is upside down. Right. Yeah, there you go.
Would you like to have a seat?
Please. Yeah, thank you. Danny, this may not be the time, but I need you to tell me everything you can about what happened last night.
Sergeant Hunter?
Okay, do you have any idea what the intruder was looking for? Danny, nothing is gonna happen to you. I promise you that. You know, the paleontologists tell us that we were all very lucky that these things never flew.
I think he likes you.
Right.
No, seriously. He sees you as a protector figure. That's very important. His world's gone completely to pieces. His 2 parents, his anchors, are gone, or very nearly. He needs someone he can trust right now. I told him that's an okay feeling. If you get close to him, he may open up to you.
That's my plan, but how long do you think that's gonna take?
Who knows? Deep down in his subconscious, he knows exactly what happened. But his defense mechanisms are inadequate to protect him from the pain.
Listen, I understand that, but I gotta catch a killer.
Well, the point is, he's exhibiting denial. Have you got kids?
No, I don't.
A boy his age, if you press him, he could freeze up and it would only take that much longer. We've got to relax. Help him relax and let him respond at his own rate.
Maybe so. Thanks. I'll be back.
Okay.
I've spent the better part of today wondering if Dick's death was connected to the business. No bells.
Well, Mr. Liggett, maybe he was involved in something that you're not aware of.
We've been partners for 20 years. I know all of Dick's clients.
Wouldn't mind seeing a list of those clients, if I may.
It's coming. That's Sergeant McCall, Harry Crandall. Harry's taking over Dick's clients, sorting through, making short-term appraisals. Anything Sergeant McCall wants, and I mean anything, you give her, no questions asked. It's a list of our clients, great and small.
Thanks. It will remain confidential. I'll be in touch, gentlemen. Thank you.
One William 157.
William 57, go.
Alvarado Free Clinic reported a gunshot victim en route.
William 57, roger. Cross your fingers, I'm en route.
Before you give another scrap of paper to that cop, you run it by me first.
One William, Commander. All Code 8 units continue to report no activity at any of the suspect clinics.
This guy sure isn't worried about blood poisoning. Think he went to another clinic?
I think it's a great possibility he could be in Ohio by now. Freeze! Watch him.
Ayúdame, estoy herido.
How'd you get shot?
¿Qué le pasó? Me peleaban con un hombre en la cantina y saqué mi pistola para asustarlo. Pero el bastardo me dijo.
He said he pulled a gun during an argument in a bar, but the man had one too and shot him.
¿No tienen balas? Son un velador de una bodega.
He said his gun isn't even loaded. He's a watchman.
Security guard, huh? Take him in. Let's check him out.
Right on schedule. No problem. I've got everything under control, darling, okay? Take it easy. All right, leave it up to me. Thank you. 14 out of 14.
14 out of 14 what?
Babies. Now that we're getting close, I'm having a couple every day to stay in shape.
Well, Jimmy, it works because your body looks great.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Have you done the blood work on the Sanderson case yet?
Yeah. The trail of blood was type O, same as the deceased.
Now you tell me? It was Sanderson's blood?
I didn't say that. Type O is very common among Western European gene stock. The blood on the floor had a V antigen. Only 0.5% of that group has a V. Sanderson didn't. You still got a wounded killer out there, okay?
Raiders, Bears, Danny. Big game. I would have loved to have taken you to the game, but I sure know how the doctors feel about that type of thing. So, if you can't go to the game, I will definitely bring the game to you. Once you make some popcorn, I'll turn this thing on. Just in time for kickoff. Come on.
He gets it away and hits it well and drives it down to Ellard, backing up and hit.
The doctor just said, you know your business, but I know mine.
Hey. All right. Hit the game. How about a little cards?
You're a disgraced doctor of science, correct? Yes, but No, but...
I gave him a Rorschach and a thematic apperception test. He's going through a lot of depression.
What kind of a boy is Daddy?
I called his school. His teachers say he's very bright, very interested in science, but that he's not motivated in his other classes. He's a daydreamer, distant, doesn't go out of his way to make friends with the other kids.
Sounds like a regular teenager to me.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's very unusual. Every day in here, I see 13-year-olds who would go to school packing guns if they could, and some do. Danny's not like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe if he saw his mother, that might open him up a little bit.
Maybe, but it could also reverse any progress that we've made.
I do owe you one.
Why, because you never showed up to help me?
Uh-huh.
I thought you meant something unusual. So where were you?
I went by the shelter to see Danny.
Really? Did you get a call from the shelter?
No, I just figured he might be ready to talk.
Was he?
No. Lieutenant Curry said that he was in denial. What do you got? I stayed at the shelter because I thought maybe Danny might need me, okay? What do you got?
Well, I spent the whole night going through the Sanderson bank files. And unless I completely flunked checkbook 101, it looks like the Sandersons got $5,000 every month for the past 2 years.
Embezzlement, blackmail situation, maybe?
And I have a feeling I know where his little money tree grows. The telephone toll shows that Sanderson regularly called a man whose name is Rockne Waters. You've heard of him.
Big-time sports agent. Handles some Lakers, a few Raiders, Dodgers.
Yeah, right. Well, Waters was not one of Sanderson's clients. But Sanderson regularly called Waters on his private line 1 or 2 days right after that. Sanderson was given $5,000 to his broker.
Sounds like you're picking kind of bare bones.
Now, just a second, Charlie. Go ahead.
Well, Sanderson never dialed Waters from his office, but he did dial him once and only once from the house where we found his body.
And when was that?
4 hours before he died.
Hey, don't worry about it. The Dodgers are gonna pick up his option. Hold on a second. There's a guy here invading my space. Hey, pal, you mind? Guess what? He's a cop. Big, too. 6'5", 6'6". Make a good utility forward, huh? I'll talk to you later. All right.
Hey, Mr. Rockne Waters? Yeah. Sergeant Hunter, LA Homicide. How you doing?
Hi. What can I do for you?
Mr. Waters, a few hours before Richard Sanderson was murdered, he placed a phone call to you. I'd like to know what that phone call was about.
I figured I'd get this visit now that Richard's dead. Look, Sergeant, what I know about Richard Sanderson isn't worth arresting anyone for.
Why don't you get a second opinion on that?
Okay. You'll find out anyway. I'd rather you found out from me. About 2.5 years ago, I was facing an IRS audit. I needed my books sanitized. I chose Sanderson and Liggett because they were above reproach, but they refused me. All right, I admit it. Sanderson was blackmailing me. But hey, what's $5,000 a month? I mean, I was looking at it like it was insurance money. It's certainly not worth killing somebody for. Besides, I'd already told him the faucet was closed. Sanderson called me the night he died to say he would give back his copies of my accounts. No hard feelings. So you see, Sergeant, I'm really very upset that he checked out prematurely. I still don't have my documents.
Excuse me? Yeah, you. Can I see you for just a second? How'd you hurt your arm?
A pickup game with those guys.
What's your blood type?
Red.
It's my bodyguard.
You know, I may want the police physician to take a look at that arm in the near future.
Yeah.
Red. It's very funny.
Liggett gets hold of those papers. He's going to be holding me up for a hell of a lot more than 5 G's a month. Get him back. I don't need heat like that on my tail.
Hi.
How you doing? Silver? Sergeant Hunter. I'm Sergeant McCall's partner.
How do you do? Hi, Danny. Hi. I'm so sorry about your daddy. But we know your mommy's got a good chance. But for now, I thought it'd be best. That is, I talked to a lawyer about taking temporary custody of you.
I don't want to. Why do I have to? I could go home. Please.
Danny, you only have to do what you think best. There's no hurry, no pressure. Anyway, we're here so that Danny can visit his mother and see how she's doing. I'll be right with you. It's okay. I'm still not really in favor of this.
Leanna,
I looked
I
in on
understand
Mrs.
that.
Sanderson this morning. Her life support care is pretty grim. I'm not backing out. I'm just going on record.
I know you're not. I appreciate it. It's worth a shot, isn't it? Come on. You want to say something to your mother, Danny?
Respiratory therapist to room 412. Mom? Mom.
Danny. Look, Danny, you're not going to be able to go home again until we catch this guy. You understand that? Now, you got to give me something to work on. You must have seen him. What did he look like?
He was big. All right, it was dark. I couldn't see his face. Are you happy?
Sorry.
I just wish I could get inside that kid's head.
Brings up a lot of stuff sometimes, doesn't it?
I was 20 years of age when my dad died.
It's tough sometimes.
Constant guard. I can't get to it.
We gotta find those papers any way we can. Feel the wallpaper in Sanderson's office. If we can't find them there, we know they're in the house.
I'll tell you what, this Sanderson must have been a real fun guy. This box is full of stuff on double entry bookkeeping and multi-schedule depreciation. Whatever that is. Hello? McCall.
Sergeant McCall, this is Harry Crandall. Can you come over to the office right away? I think I found the tip of that iceberg you've been looking for.
Harry? Harry, it's Sergeant McCall. Harry? Is anybody here? Surprisingly, it looks like a heart attack. No marks, no sign of violence.
You know, somebody's making it very difficult for you people to field a softball team here, Mr. Liggett. You sure you don't want to tell me anything?
Like what?
Like you killed your partner? You know, your employees say you got into a big fight right before he got a bullet in the head.
Over business. The fight was over business. Look, I swear, if Dick kept papers on Waters, I never knew about them, and I sure as hell wouldn't kill him over it.
Can you take it here for a minute?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
What the hell is wrong with you people? How many times am I going to have to explain myself?
Leanne, I only want the boy for a day.
It could be too much. I talked to the neurosurgeon. He said his mother's gonna die. I had a long talk with Claire today. She doesn't want him. Why add to his problem?
Look, Danny is not truly gonna be free until we catch the killer. We're wasting an awful lot of time here.
Push him now. You could put him even deeper into depression.
Look, would you rather depress him or get him killed? I think we should look upon this as a field trip, Danny.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm busy today.
It'd be good for you to spend some time outdoors.
Yeah, we'll get some bicycles, maybe shoot some baskets.
I don't do any of that stuff.
Air and Space Museum at the Exposition Park.
That's a great idea.
Okay, just for a little while.
Yeah, right. Jet's a T-38 trainer, but the red airplane here is a P-51. That's a real classic, Danny. A little before your time. Probably doesn't mean much to you, though.
P-51, Rolls-Royce, V1650 Merlin engine. Top airspeed, 445 miles per hour. Best Allied fighter of World War II. Mean anything to you?
It does sound like a psychologist's question, doesn't it?
Yeah. They're all, mean anything to you? How does it make you feel? That's all they ever say.
Well, that's a legitimate question, considering what you've been through, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, another fair question, Danny, might be what that guy was doing there in the first place. You know, we can tell an awful lot by the way somebody searches a room. So what's the story, Danny?
I woke up. I guess it was the first shot. And I heard my mom scream from downstairs. I ran to my parents' room, but they weren't there. And then I heard my mom scream again. And another shot. I came downstairs to see. I remember being in my dad's study, getting his gun out of his desk drawer. And then I was standing by Mom, and that guy came around the corner. And I shot him.
What do you think you wanted?
My dad kept papers. He said they were like an insurance policy, so nobody could hurt us. If anything happened to him or Mom, I was supposed to give them to the police. Yeah. I know where he hid them. It was my idea. Where'd you see where I hid these?
Danny, wait a minute. Danny!
Come on, down this way. Down here in the cellar. Watch out for those steps. This is so perfect. Where'd you see this place? I figured nobody'd ever think to look. My dad told me that we had to put them in a place where they would be absolutely safe. So, what do you think? There's 10 of them.
kid.
Lock your fingers behind your head. Face against the wall. Come on. Spread them out. Let's go. All right. Turn around. Give me a peek at that bullet hole.
I told you, it's a bruise.
Right hand behind your back.
Surprise, detective? I didn't do it. This proves it wasn't me.
All it proves is you weren't shot, Brooks.
But you could have been there. I don't believe
You
this.
could have also had an accomplice.
You're striking out, man.
You could have also hired a hitman.
I don't hire people. I work for Waters. I don't know what the hell he
Waters
did.
could have hired someone and not told you.
Then why don't you ask him? All I did was trash that house and turn your lights out. I never killed anybody. What do you see, huh?
No bullet.
Hey, come on, man. Are these things necessary? I told you before, it was peanuts I was paying him. It didn't mean anything to me.
You were scamming your athletes out of a total of about $11 million, and Sanderson had the paperwork to prove it.
I didn't kill him.
Then you sent Brooks over to Sanderson's house to look for those papers. Then he went to Liggett's office. The night poor Harry Crandall died of a heart attack.
I'm not responsible for what my employees do when they're off time.
You know, I think the district attorney will file a second-degree murder case into the Crandall death.
I want to talk to my lawyer.
I think you should.
I'm gonna sue you for false arrest. Why would I want to kill my own partner?
Could be he was blackmailing you, too.
I want my phone call.
I want my trigger man. Sit down. You two know each other, don't you? Hunter. Yes. Fantastic. Thanks very much. Book this fellow on a conspiracy to 187. I'm going to the hospital. Mrs. Sanderson just got out of a coma.
That's great. Just like old home week, huh, boys?
Leanna. Hi.
Hi.
How's Danny doing?
I don't know.
Well, didn't you tell him his mom's going to be...
Yeah, I told him.
Dr. Lewis to room 217.
Hi, Danny. Want to go see your mom? Come on.
Mom? It's me.
Danny. Oh, thank God. You weren't in your room. And I...
She's really weak. I think that's enough. Please. Sergeant Hunter?
Just a second. Miss Sanderson.
Sergeant Hunter,
Just a second. Miss Sanderson, you said something about Danny not being in his room. What do you mean?
Sergeant.
He screamed, and I went to look for him downstairs. And then
I think it's time we had a little talk.
Look, Hunter, this isn't the time.
No, this is a perfect time. You didn't seem so happy to see your mother. Aren't you excited she's gonna live? Your mother said you weren't in your room when she heard you scream. That's because you were already downstairs. You had been there for some time, tearing your father's office apart to make it look like there was a prowler in the house. Your father sent your mother into your room to look for you. You knew your father'd be the first one downstairs. And when he got down there, you shot him. Your mother heard the gunshot. She was hysterical when she ran downstairs. And when she got there, you shot her too. Didn't you? Where'd you get the gun, Danny?
School. You can get anything at school.
What'd you do with it?
The air conditioning vent in the living room.
And the blood? Where'd you get the blood?
From a doctor's office. I was having a physical and I stole somebody else's tube. I just splashed him out the window and I flushed the rest.
And you made the phone call to the clinic about the gunshot wound. What about your father's papers?
I was gonna show you earlier. But you were doing fine without me.
My God, why did you shoot him?
They were gonna send me to live with Claire. They didn't love me. He never talked to me or nothing. Neither did she. What do I need them for?
Hey, Frank, right on time. Last night, 9:16. He's 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Hey, Bob, right on time. Last night, 9:16. He's 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Here, Hunter. Right on time. Last night, 9:16. He's 7 pounds, 4 ounces.
He's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. Sugarless cigar?
Sugarless cigar. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Missed you at the hearing.
I was busy.
Danny's got really good counsel.
He's gonna need it.
The whole thing will probably wind up an insanity plea, but the DA wants to try Danny as an adult anyway. First-degree murder. You know, I'm not buying the I'm too tough to care bit here. Just for the record, I think the man that reached out to that kid did a wonderful thing. And just because that man got his hand bit, it does not diminish the reason he did it or the man. And I'd be willing to listen if he just wanted to get that off his chest. I feel like a really bad cup of coffee. Who has the worst coffee around here?
Well, we all know that Sid's Cafe has the worst of everything, don't we?
Sid's, yeah, worst. I'm buying.
Let's blow his pop's dead kid.